With your first news at 5 Sports, here's Ben Dacu.
NX Legends driver Preston Martin often sports tropical-inspired attire. The fun-loving racer says you can't argue with a guy in a Hawaiian shirt. To be quite honest, I don't think I disagree. A few weeks back, Martin took a leap of faith. In this case, a drive of faith. Preston Martin keeps it simple on the racetrack.
I always like to say I don't believe in luck, I believe in God. I'm not a superstitious guy.
The 13-year NX Legends driver knows what it takes to win on dirt.
You're like, well, I just took the interstate at 80 coming here. I said, okay, yes you did. Hit the off-ramp at 80. That's what it's like driving around the dirt track. It's like hitting the off-ramp at 80.
Despite leading the track standings at Dakota Speedway, Martin made the decision to skip the Governor's Cup, crippling his chances at the track championship. Instead, he went down to Beaver Dam, Wisconsin to race in the Legends Direct Dirt Track Showdown for a chance at $10,000.
But it was one of those deals where you couldn't pass up the opportunity to try. The part that made it just hurt that much worse was it was over the Governor's Cup.
The massive risk and tremendous sacrifice paid off, quite literally in this case. Martin finished first.
It's more so for me, it was the win. It was like, okay, it happened. And then that's $10,000. Like it's not just, wow, we won. We just won $10,000.
That 10 grand helps out with many odds and ends, including upkeeping his car, which has a very distinct design.
Minions all started 4 or 5 years ago or so.
Preston and his brothers started designing their cars after popular programs like Despicable Me and Scooby-Doo. All for the children.
Became a little bit of a battle of who could get the most kids to shout out their car during the 4th of July parade.
Even after missing the Governor's Cup, Martin still sits in the top 10 in track points at Dakota Speedway. After taking home the $10,000, Martin drove 11 hours up to McLean County Speedway to go for the 2025 track championship. He won that as well and took home another $300. Central McLean football is dialing it up from 9 to 11. The Cougars moved up from the 9-man division to the single-A division. This move comes after Central McLean made it to the second round of the 2024 state playoffs. The Cougars join Region 4. It's common to have a few non-region opponents on your schedule that you haven't seen before. But for Coach Grant Singer, every week his Cougars enter uncharted territory.
I would say, I think, your field's just not as open in 9-man, so you just got to make little adjustments there. Yeah, offensively and defensively, I think the kids have done a nice job adjusting to it. I think you've got to stay similar to what your kids are. I think that's the biggest thing in that, and so we're going to try to keep some of this stuff the same that we can, but there's some stuff that we've already had to take out, and I think there's new stuff that we can throw in, and so it's just finding that balance overall of what that looks like.
For sure it'll be a lot different. Offense, 4 more people on the field, offense and defensive sides, and it'll be a lot different, but I think we can adapt to it. It is going to be kind of fun to just feel the difference between 2 different, 9-man and 11-man. It'll be good.
Hanson made second team All-State at the 9-man level last season. That's always a nice piece to have on your team. Central McLean opens their season on Friday at Beulah. At this point in the baseball season, if a team sells at the deadline, the losses just keep coming and coming and coming. But that wasn't the case today for the Twins. The Bats bang in Minneapolis. The Twins smashed 3 home runs, including a grand slam from Brooks Lee in an 8-1 victory. Minnesota avoids a 4-game sweep. Day off for Minnie and Paul tomorrow. We'll be right back after this.